How can I share my screen today? Ooh, this would be wonderful. Does this screen have a way to turn on? Oh, by the way, I wanted to show you this software is. I'll show you later, but I found a software that's pretty good for streaming.
What is?
It's called StreamYard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We used it.
So I just plugged this one.
Oh, that's the wrong one actually. Let me. Is it okay to take this out
Yeah, sure. Take it out for a second.
for a second?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can take it out.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay. I got.
1 second. Oh, it should be here, yeah. Oh, it's a different one.
What's different?
Oh, should figure that out. 1 sec. Should I just? Do you think we have one of those adapters?
Yeah, we check.
Dope. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, well, and then this goes into here?
No.
This goes into the monitor.
Yeah.
Who's Bill's face? Amazing. Right on time for 10 o'clock.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay.
Uh,
Good morning.
yeah, it's actually night here.
Hello. Welcome. How you doing?
Welcome. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you great. What's your name?
Yeah. My name is Rikon,
Hey, Recon. Where are you? Where are you right now?
India, my
Cool.
home.
Awesome. Where in India?
It's close to Kolkata. If you have heard of Kolkata, it's called
Yeah.
like Bakuda. Have you
Wow.
heard of
Cool.
Kolkata?
Awesome. So
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Tell me a bit about yourself. You said that you've done some programming before, right? Are you studying? What do you do normally?
Uh, yeah. So I am a computer science student. I am doing my BTech from my college, Narula. You won't probably know, but yeah. I'm doing computer science. It's my fourth year last year, but I am into like more creative business. Like I've been doing video editing and stuff, and currently I am running my own studio in Delhi, which is a bit far, but I have to move to Delhi because of to get more people. Like there is a lot of talent over there, so and I needed to expand my team, so I moved to Delhi. Yep,
Oh,
doing
cool.
good.
So you
I,
you studied computer science for 4 years, but you also have your own creative studio.
yeah, I am in my fourth year last year, so I will be graduating this year.
Awesome. And tell me all the things that you learned while studying computer science in India. What programs,
Uh,
what topics?
Very bad experience, honestly, because like I stopped doing programming and coding after second year. So whatever I have learned till second year, it's probably like kind of basic DSA, not super
Mhm.
advanced. I used to do some competitive programming over Code Force and Code Save,
Cool.
and I developed couple of website as well, like not detailed, but let me share one link. Can you open up one website that is integly.com?
Oh yeah. Actually, do you want to I can let you share your screen. It's quite easy. You just have to click share
Yeah,
screen.
and let me share my screen. Actually, I am a very bad internet connection over here because I am in my hometown and I don't have my Wi-Fi here. So
That's
this
fine.
is
Cool. So tell me, what is this?
this is my studio. I am changing the website because currently it lacks a couple of things because like it does not show our work. It does not. And this is also yet to load the background video. So it does not show our works, does not present our clients. So that is one thing I am revamping the website, but this is what it
How
currently
did
looks like.
you how did you make this website? It looks great.
HTML CSS, it does not include complex stuff like basic HTML CSS, JavaScript, and a little bit of like animation here and there. Also there is
Oh,
a tool you can use like for front-end website. There is tool that Webflow lets you create
mm-hmm.
some nice animation. That's a basically no code tool, but like if you have kind of like couple like basic knowledge, like medium moderate knowledge of HTML CSS JavaScript, you can pretty much build anything from there.
So did you make this website using Webflow?
No, so the story of this website is like I actually had couple of themes. So basically like 5 6 themes. I made those things like for the slider. I used one theme for these kind of contact details which pops like this. I used another theme. So I used like couple of themes and did a little bit of redesign myself, and it came out great actually.
Where did you find where can I find those themes?
You can go to Invato. It has lots of theme, but yeah, you need to modify those themes because like those does not look that much professional, but definitely a good start. It
Okay.
gives you a good start. You can then later redesign and make
No,
custom stuff on
that's
your
great.
website.
And so these are just HTML and CSS.
Yeah, HTML CSS and a little bit of JavaScript like on the clicks and everything.
JavaScript. No, but
But
that's
yeah,
that's
definitely from there like not extra. And there is also Ajax and WebGL, which is this one. So this is for the transition I used WebGL, that is a JavaScript library.
Okay, and WebGL is for the animations or the video? What's that for?
Yes, yes, yes. For this transition effect, like you see, it's like that jelly type transition. They have
Oh, wow.
so many option actually. WebGL. There is also WebGL library, and there is also WebGL Fluid, which lets you create background, awesome background animation. Let me show you. Hold on. Like this one, if I increase,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
see,
That's
like
really cool.
you can implement those things on website, and
And
yeah.
I guess that's using your GPU on your local computer when it renders, right?
For these, you can run on a website. I mean, they lets you add their library.
Wow, cool. How much programming knowledge do you need in order to use something like WebGL? That's really cool.
Not super much. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think like 6 months. I mean, yeah, definitely it depends upon like how you spend your 6 months, but like not super much knowledge.
Cool. So then obviously a lot of HTML and JavaScript, well, a lot of HTML and CSS and some JavaScript yourself, right?
And this lets you create awesome text animation and stuff.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This
And you made this from scratch?
no, no, no. This is website is not for mine, but
Uh-huh.
I mean this website you can use to make awesome animation and stuff. This is also
What's
a library.
GSAP? GSAP.com. Animate anything.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's a JavaScript animation library for professionals. Wow,
Yeah,
that is
yeah. I mean, it's a JavaScript library, and like similar to Spline, but Spline is more like 3D stuff, and
mm-hmm.
this one lets you create stuff from their library as well, and you can create pretty much anything with this library.
And so
Like
when
if
you're using this, are you always coding HTML from scratch, or can you use it with Webflow? Would you ever use it with Webflow or any other?
you can use Webflow. You can integrate in Webflow as well, and you can like this website was created from like kind of scratch, not used by Webflow. Like I gathered couple of things. I liked some things and adjusted according to the theme. For example, like if there is a contact us button rounded, then for to match my theme, then I will use one more layer and division and make it square. So like adjusted to my theme, but yep, you can use it on Webflow as well.
Cool, nice. So what else have you learned while studying computer science?
I those are things like I before learned before college. But I mean, I pretty much spent my entire time on editing when I was in college.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
so like
And what
we have been
about
doing,
do you
yeah.
have a GitHub? Do you use GitHub? Do you post anything there?
I created. I never posted GitHub stuff.
Okay, cool. Well, we can make something and post it together.
I mean, I have literally zero knowledge on the back end, so that's why the things got complicated. Because the current project I am trying to build, it's actually my fourth year project, but since it was beyond my capabilities, so I was looking for someone who can help me. And I actually want to make this successful because, like, there's a lot of thing in AI which you can do and help a lot of people in the process. Because like one very good example would be for this tool, like there is a lot of courses available on English, but English is not made for everyone. Like not everyone can understand English. Like only 20% in the world is able to understand English fluently, so like you are missing out 80% of the audience, right? So the basic thing that, because I once shared one thing like a course to my sister and she was not able to do it properly because it was English and he was saying pretty fast. So that's why that's the biggest thing. And then uh also there was one thing in Spanish which I did not get in like when doing the editing. I did not get it in English language because the whole stream was like 11-12 hours long and no other streams were available in that language. So I thought of that, yeah, this could be a tool that which lets us like remove the language barrier, and you can actually learn the good courses because quality content is only in English. Like there is very limited resources in languages which not may not speak by a lot of people. like speak like languages like you can say Bengali, because not a good quality courses are there in Bengali. So best thing is that you watch those English courses in Bengali. And
Right. So your
with,
your idea is basically here. Let me share my screen quickly. So, mm, okay, your idea is basically this. So a Chrome extension that allows users to watch videos in multiple languages while maintaining all the visual and audio elements besides the speech.
yep.
Okay. And what kind of okay, so what kind of videos would they be watching? Where would the original videos be coming from?
So the goal, like if we are talking about MVP, not like going a full scale project where we are
Yeah.
not just building Chrome extension and other API stuff. So for the initial stage, I would build a Chrome extension that lets you watch YouTube videos
Yeah.
in English. So the videos in English or maybe Spanish or any other language which is not native language to you, or you don't understand that language, when you enable that extension, it will be played in the real time. So the voice will be translating. It will remove the English or whatever the actual language, and it will overlap with the new language that is being generated on the real time.
Yeah.
Either we can do
Mhm.
real time, because that's the hardest part. I think like we might not be able to pull that up, that we are doing it in real time. So
Yeah.
the base process would be to process the video and let it like do some processing for like 1 minute or something like that.
Yeah. So I love this vision. Like the idea is that I'm watching a video and I just want to, it's in the wrong language. I just want to be able to understand what the person is saying. And
Yep.
AI can now basically do that.
Yep.
And I think there's probably like a few levels of this. Like you probably have like, well, the first level right now, YouTube like currently or 0 is like YouTube has like auto-generated captions, which are pretty bad
Yes.
right now. um,
Absolutely it works, and not a lot of people can follow from the captions because tutorials are hard to understand.
yeah. So and then on top of that, you can do audio translation. Um, and then I think your final idea was to do like audio dubbing. And I think your idea was to do like audio dubbing and lip syncing, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I would say if I imagine the kind of things that I've seen already, I feel like audio dubbing and lip syncing, I don't think it's possible to do this real time. And then audio dubbing, that's actually almost possible to do real time, but I wouldn't say it's easy project. um, but yeah, I think there. I saw a recent demo from Meta where they have a tool that does almost real time
Yeah.
translations. So a few of the factors like we have are like, um, yes. So we have like the speed, or yeah,
Yes.
basically speed. Is it real time? And then we also have like, I think the other big one that we have to think about is cost. And
Exactly.
this is the one I was thinking about just when you mentioned this to me, and I think this is something that we kind of have to think most carefully about. Um, the dubbing services I know of are quite expensive. Um, I looked at a few examples, so like AI audio.
I think the best example could be search engine.
What'd you say?
Agent, Heygen.
Like that?
No, Heygen.
GN. Oh, HeyGen. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah,
So
I
Heygen, you already have heard of that. So
yeah.
Heygen
Uh-huh.
lets you basically dub and do the lip syncing as well. The problem is that I want to make that on extension.
Yeah. So HeyGen does exactly that. They
They have the
don't.
API, but I think the problem with the API is that they have their own data. They train on their own data,
So
and
some.
it might
Yeah. Oh,
and it will be super expensive to use others agent. Like that's not scalable model.
right. The lip syncing. So yeah, they give you about, I don't know how many one credit is.
No. You can actually use their API. They have API.
Right. Do they? Do they have an API for lip syncing?
Yes, I generated one. Hold on. I actually did one, but the problem with that one is that if I am
Hello,
using free API,
Mhm.
then they put watermark on the videos. I mean, hold on, let me just show you once.
Okay, yeah, show me.
Is my screen visible?
Now it is.
Yeah, cool. So this is generated by Hagen API. I actually asked one of my seniors to use that API because I have like very less knowledge.
হ্যালো কলকাতা, তোমরা কেমন আছো? জলদি দেখা হবে।
So that is what Hagen did. It was an English video and Hagen translated and like did the dubbing, but it was very bad. I mean, the avatar could not read the words properly. It was a reading which should be read as "Kamon acho." It was reading "Kamon ako." So like that's very bad.
Okay. I think that I looked at a few services aside from HeyGen. It's cool that they have an API. And I heard of another one this weekend that
Share your screen.
yeah, I heard of another one this weekend that also does
Wait.
dubbing, but now I'm looking. So I'm just looking. I'll share my screen. I'm just looking at if you search for like AI audio dubbing API, there's Rask. There's um, this one. This one looks interesting, but I think for all of them, the pricing is,
Very
this is
expensive.
pretty expensive, right? This is
Yeah.
for like professional stuff, and I think they're all going to be maybe around this. Oh, deep.
I also used ElevenLabs. That is quite good. And
11.
ElevenLabs actually partnered up with Hagen recently.
So I think that probably to get started, it might make sense to start with like to forget about the dubbing and just focus on a tool for translating the audio initially. Because otherwise, I mean, we'll be spending millions of dollars basically to translate.
Understood.
But the great thing is this is getting cheaper, every month. So I like this idea of that you can just go to YouTube and that automatically you'll have alternative audio tracks, different videos. And I think that's something that we could work towards. So it's sort of like, I guess, how would you picture it? Do you just go to YouTube and then you have a menu showing the different
Yep.
languages that are available for each video?
Yep, exactly. So there could be two things. One, either we sell it to one company, basically build up and build audience and sell it later, or we create extension and then basically extension will be there like as usual on Chrome or something like that. And then there would be an options and you want to select your preference language, that which language you want the video to be heard, and then you just hit process or something like that, which lets you translate the things.
Yeah, cool. And then most importantly, like once something is translated, we want to save the audio somewhere so that we don't have to translate it.
Process it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't have to process it again. What do you think would be the best service or API to use for like just audio translation?
ElevenLabs probably.
Yeah, so I've actually done a little post here on dev.to about ElevenLabs about the here 5 APIs for this is for text to speech.
Mm-hmm.
But I think here we need to do speech to speech, right?
Yes. Yeah, but it fundamentally same because the speech first translate into text and then text modify into the new language and then the new language generate the speech again. So like,
Yeah,
and also
definitely.
the problem with using others model is that they are very costly. So we would definitely want to avoid that part because there would be millions of billions of videos that you don't want to translate, like millions of videos using other services. That would be like, because they give you per minute basis. ElevenLabs cost is somewhere around for 30,000 alphabets, maybe like $5.
Yeah.
You can pretty much generate only just 2 hour video, something like that with that, like, which is kind of like very less considering the amount of length we'll be generating.
Yeah, so I have some examples here. So like with ElevenLabs, if you wanted to translate to narrate the whole Harry Potter series, it's $200. And then,
Rising anger, whispering to shouting, no.
but their voices are pretty good.
Mhm.
Something like Amazon Polly, which is like way cheaper, but if you hear the voices,
The hottest day of the summer so far was drawing to a close in a drowsy silence.
it's not that bad, but it's not as
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So and then OpenAI standard. OpenAI is not that bad as well, and it's cheaper.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think what would be the best way to get started doing a translation from, because these are text to speech. Do you know if there's some APIs that do speech to speech translation?
Yeah, a lot of API does actually.
But if we do that, we would also
Actually,
have.
you can also find free API that lets you do speech to speech. They
Oh, really?
resemble. Yeah, there is a lot of API.
Okay, cool. Which ones?
But for that, I will have to search. But I mean, there is. See, the speech to speech thing is that you send out English and they lets you translate into Hindi. So basically, like very specific. But yeah, there should be a limit that you can translate more than 15 second, 1 minute, 2 minute, those kind of stuffs to avoid that high processing time.
Right.
But that lets you definitely do conversion.
Yeah.
Check out this. Check out resemble.ai.
Resemble.
Yeah, resemble.ai.
Right. Okay, so let's have a look at the options here. So like that's quite cheap, right? Great. Cool.
Um,
So for 1 hour, it's 20 cents. That's great. And it does speech to speech. Cool, great. Should we try and get this one working? You're still there? Let's see. Oh, wait. I can't hear you anymore.
yeah, sorry, my internet connection got disconnected.
That's fine. Hey,
everywhere.
so I was just saying, yeah, do you think we should try and get this one working today?
Resemble.ai.
Yeah.
We can try. How much does it cost? We can definitely try to some extent that if it's, and also yeah, try.
Check this out.
Yeah, yeah. We can try.
We
We
can
can try.
So what we can do is we can make like a simple script.
Mhm.
Here, let me go back to my document here. So I was thinking like, you know, a possible like path to take would be we could make a simple script that translates an audio file using Resemble. Then we could make a script that downloads an audio downloads audio from a YouTube video.
Mhm.
Then we could connect one and two. And then from there, we might have to go back. And then if we would get this working, I can only think of one small issue, which is we might have to go back and figure out how to line up the audio. Question. Is the audio lined up with the video still? And then yeah, and then the final step would actually just be like make a Chrome extension. Well, and then we might have to make a backend as well. So that's one thing we could do.
In their speech to speech, actually Resemble has a speech to speech. Let me check it if.
Yeah, and it's cheap, right? So
Yeah,
1 hour. So we can do 5 hours of video for $1.
yep. And it lets you use their API as well. But the problem is that I think they also have speech to speech, but not quite sure if that lets you translate into different languages. But rather use their speech to speech.
Right. No, I think you're right. I think it doesn't. Okay. AI audio translation. Yeah, that would maybe explain. Media trans. There's so many different possible APIs for this.
I think like check some audio converter. Like there are multiple tools which lets you convert English audio to Hindi audio.
Right. Okay.
So our version is just a better version than them. That's it.
So I heard about this tool very recently from a friend.
Wait, yeah, it's a
yeah.
video editing. It's good. Actually
And
good.
they have an API as well.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I used one time subtitling and it was good.
now, where is the API? Okay. So basically, yeah. Adding your web. Okay. So once you've done that, yeah. Okay. This doesn't say what kind of. And this thing doesn't work. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, That might work. V.io API.
Are there any free API, or like can't we take something from GitHub if there are people who made already some API which we can use?
So there are some websites like together.ai.
Mm-hmm.
So there won't be anything that's like completely free, I think, because it's just like it kind of uses a lot of GPU power
Mm-hmm.
to run this, but there might be something that's close to free. So like the models on together.ai tend to be pretty cheap, but I'm not sure they really, it's mainly text chat. Like,
Does it use this Lambda model? Google's?
yeah, they're running all open source.
Okay.
But this is and another one would be replicate. But
Yeah,
I
I'm heard of replicate.
think this is mainly text. Oh, here's generate speech. Generate speech from text.
Replicate is really good in upscaling images.
Yeah, and it's not expensive. Now I mean, this is close to how cheap it would be if you would run it yourself, like on a server.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to make a choice though. Like, do we want to do audio to audio translation, or do we want to do audio to text, then translate, and then go back to audio?
Whatever is cheaper and effective, I think.
Yeah, so it's
Because
gonna.
currently the model does not have any selling point. Like it can't be sold for price.
It can't what?
It can't be sold right now. Like if it's not good, people are not going to buy. So at least like 1 year down the line, people are not going to buy anything or any subscription if it's not good enough.
Yeah.
And also one more thing is that since we are tapping different kind of languages, people, like I'm 90% sure people won't be paying like too much to just listen stuff which is on other languages. Rather they just buy a course or they just dismiss it. I mean, the ones who buy actually are already educated audience. Like they learn stuff, they know probably English. I mean, there is a very less chance, like we'll be targeting 20-30% of the audience which will actually buy and have the money but does not know other language.
Right. I'll just do a little bit more searching, and then I think we should just pick something and try it out. So speech to speech. This is cool. Wow, there's so many of these.
Yeah.
I would say.
What was that? Amazon real-time translation. Go upward.
Yeah, so Amazon is good, but it's hard. It's quite difficult to use, in my opinion. We could try it. Speech to text, text to speech machine. Yeah, they don't offer speech to speech translation here.
No, no, yeah, but they do the second step, which is text to speech.
Text to speech. What do you think about YouTube's captions? Can we use YouTube's captions to generate audio?
Yeah, you can.
Do you think that would be good enough? Because some of
Not,
the captions.
not good enough. The problem is that YouTube is also at the learning stage to understand that what should be the doing. But I think like the latest YouTube update was quite good, and even I was surprised when I saw the video that I don't even understand, but I can pretty much understand with the subtitle. So it's not bad either.
Yeah, let's try and get that working first. Let's see if we can do like let's see if we can do this. we can take a YouTube video.
Mhm.
Make a script to generate audio from text, which we know is easy, and then make a script to download captions from YouTube. Combine 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Make a
For
backend.
the transcription part, YouTube, even if YouTube, like we can pretty much sort the English stuff. Like every course on English that can be sorted, because I think English and Spanish can be sorted down. Like other languages might be hard, but yeah, those are the biggest two that which can be problem, because like there are models which lets you basically transcribe a full YouTube video to just a transcription.
Yeah. Well, one advantage of doing it this way is that you have is that it's easier to line things up because the captions on YouTube, they have the timestamps as well.
Yeah.
So that will be better.
Mhm.
Okay.
And
So
there is more site which lets you actually
that's great. I would say we could get started with actually the we could get started with any of these. Which API
yes.
would you like to use
The-
for the text to speech?
Hold on. So there is, yes, there is lots of tool which lets you transcript YouTube video. So basically
Yeah.
they will give you txt file.
Yeah, actually that's sort of built into YouTube, but it's like a hidden
Yeah.
feature.
Right.
So that's possible. Yeah, you know what else I'm thinking of? Let's just focus on trying to get this to work. So yeah, it would also be very cool if you could have something that runs for any audio on your browser, because the local transcription on Mac is getting pretty good too. But yeah, no, I like this idea a lot of translating a YouTube video. And I think even if you could have a website where you put in a URL, like as a starting, if you could make a website where you could put in a URL of a YouTube video and it would translate that into another language, that would be very, very useful. So
Yeah, I mean that could be the MVP of the product, that you paste a YouTube URL and you don't need to do it because it's not real time, and it will give you some processing which you can use. Like basically, that's the lowest model we can definitely do.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna say that I think OpenAI voices are pretty good for what you get for the price. I wonder if there's something. I mean, Amazon Poly is very cheap as well. So I don't
The
know.
one you opened with Amazon EWS, is that free? I mean, because in the start we definitely want to save money.
It's almost free. So
Okay.
so Amazon, it's almost free. The problem being it takes a bit of time to set up. So they have this very complicated pricing scheme.
Understood.
But as you see, the first there's a free tier where you can translate a lot. I would say, does ElevenLabs also have a free tier as well?
Yeah, but it lets you translate. I think for the testing we can definitely do.
Yeah, let's start with ElevenLabs. It's awesome. Cool. Cool. Have you ever used it before?
Yeah, a lot.
You've used their API as well.
No, I used Hagen API. Hagen and ElevenLabs is like kind of merging, so I'm not sure that if they have the same model behind that. But yeah, but Hagen is like far more advanced because not just audio but rather video as well.
Yeah. So we have like cool. Yeah. Well, we'll have to start with audio anyways. So what do you prefer to start with? HeyGen or ElevenLabs API?
ElevenLabs 100%
Cool.
because
Uh,
Hagen will give you only one video to taste.
Cool. So yeah, let's make a script that accesses their API. Do you want to use JavaScript or Python?
I mean, that is your choice, definitely.
So
For the tech stack, because I have less knowledge on the tech stack, I think JavaScript is faster, but not quite sure if it can be scaled fully when it comes to like this kind of model neural.
oh, I think they're both great. I'm more used to using Python, I believe. Let me show you something that I made before and also send you the link to this. So this is something I made in Python.
Oh, book summaries.
Yeah, and I made this a few months back, so now I have to remember. Fortunately, I wrote here. Let me send this to you. Just like I'll put this here, and then also send that to you as like a message. So you also have this.
You have been coding for 20 years. Like, I saw the video. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Things have changed a little, but not too much.
What's your primary job currently?
My primary what?
Primary source of income or job?
Good question. There is no primary source of income right now, but we're gonna figure out how to make it work.
Yeah.
Right now,
Because you have a lot of projects. I mean, you can get into Google, definitely, 100%. But I believe you want to create something from your own.
I think every year that goes by, it's easier to get a job at Google for anyone. And what I mean is, I think Google is every year more and more in need of talented programmers.
Yeah.
As they're flooding to OpenAI and other places. But I think for me right now, I'm just trying to create good content, and even something like this can be really useful for other people if they are going through a similar thing. So I made this repository 3 months ago, and it's a Python script, and I'll show you how it works. But basically, it takes an OpenAI API key, but that's to generate the summaries of the books, and then ElevenLabs one, and that's to generate the audio. I also tried to make it so it uploads to YouTube automatically. However, YouTube started limiting my account after like 10 uploads, so it was completely useless because they don't want people basically automating YouTube accounts.
Yeah.
So I think like for today, we have like 15 minutes left, but we can continue more sometime next week if you want.
Yeah, 100%. And by next week, I think also try to give me some list of talks I need to figure out. I will probably research more because like I've been like intrigued by the idea. I really, because like not just video. I mean, there have been because once you create something new, you actually get to know that if it's actually valuable to the market or it has even broader like applications. So the application side of thing, I just think that not just YouTube, because a lot of time nowadays there is being hologram stuff coming up. There is phone calls, like Samsung recent phone calls, they are AI. They just made it that a real time translation, so whoever calling you might be from different language but lets you translate in the real time.
Yeah. I wonder if this might be like very useful for a particular audience within India, for example. Like for example, translating from English to a specific language
Yeah.
might help it to take off. Anyways,
Yeah, I think major two audience would be one in India and second could be Spanish, because I have like lots of Spanish editor as well in my team, like from outside of India, and I talk with them and like they find the English a little bit hard as well, like lot of
yeah.
young kids. So, and lot of tutorials are in English, lot of stuff you want to learn in English, they just avoid those things because it's in English.
Yeah. Agreed. Can help a lot of people that way. So have you ever used Replit before?
Replicate.
Have
No,
you ever used Replit?
uh-huh.
Have you used Python before?
Very, I mean, very basic. Like I did one to coding program. That's it.
So I'm gonna make an account. I'm gonna get set up on Replit right now.
Mhm,
The advantage of using Replit is that you don't have to install anything on your computer
mhm,
to run Python code. I
mhm.
would still recommend sometime maybe trying to run it on your computer, but for now, this will be much faster. So you should also go to replit.com and then make an account on here.
Is it similar to like those Google Colab, which lets you do
Right,
Python?
right. So that's similar to Google Colab, yeah, but Replit can run any programming language. That's the
Understood.
difference. Yeah.
Understood.
So
Should I make an account here?
yeah, definitely. Go ahead and make an account.
Mm.
So I get signed in.
Should I create a template using Python?
What'd you say?
Should I create a account like template using Python? Like they gave me some options, browse all template.
Yeah, so you want to do a Python one.
Okay. I used it. Yep, got it.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm just getting signed in still. Here.
Do you want
Yeah, I'm
email password for that one?
sorry?
Do you want my credentials for that one, Replit?
No, that's fine. I just signed in with my Google account. So, yeah, so you chose Python, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And so we have like this this Python script,
Mhm.
and here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to this file here, generate, and
Copy the whole code.
I think I'll probably just copy this in, and then we will figure out what to do with it then. So I will go through, I'll walk through that that code with you now. So there's a bunch of underlined stuff initially, which is okay. This is just complaining actually about, I think maybe if I save it, this is complaining about some of the formatting. Interesting. Let me just try and run it and see what happens. It shouldn't work right away, but one thing that Replit is pretty good at helping you to debug things as they come along. So there's kind of a couple main parts to this script. The first part, as you can see, is asking OpenAI to summarize a book. And then it's basically just asking it to give a paragraph summarizing that book. And then something with asking it to generate some keywords for the video.
Yep.
And then here it's making an even shorter summary for the description of the video.
The video, right?
Yeah. And then here it's saving that. It's just saving all of those things like the summary, the title, the tags, and description into a file. Then it's calling ElevenLabs, and I like this voice a lot, Michael. And then it's just taking the text of the summary that OpenAI generated, and then it's making an audio file out of that. This is actually the part that we want. And then
save the audio file.
Saving.
How does the video looks like? Just image?
How does the what? Oh yeah, for this case, I'll show you what I made. It's pretty.
And you mentioned that YouTube actually banned or automating stuff.
They didn't. Yeah, so they didn't like block the channel. I made like a new channel, and they didn't like block that channel, but they also stopped me from automatically uploading things to it. So I got like 9 videos uploaded.
Oh wow, it's looking good.
And as you can tell, all of these have no views. And
I think the reason is what I have seen as well is like YouTube is really identifying which is AI voiceover. Like they are lowering down the AI voiceover reach as well currently, and also like those channels which looks like bot upload or they did not put effort, or even re-upload the content of others. They are like lowering the reach by a lot.
Exactly. Yeah, this is getting no recommendation at all because it's AI generated. So that was pretty interesting. And then I finally did something here which like which takes an image, that dog picture, and then it makes a video using that.
Understood.
I would say all of this took me like 2.5 hours because and a lot of it was this part.
Yeah.
At least 45 minutes was this part, which was like creating a video, because these settings here are very like tricky. These video generation settings. But yeah, but in a web browser, actually, there's a way to avoid that, which is you could just mute the video and play another file over it. So I would say you'll need to have an ElevenLabs API key.
Understood.
And yeah, I mean, we could just get right now. Actually, I guess we don't have too much time right now, but
Mm-hmm.
if you want to, let me go back to Replit and see. Okay. Oh, wow, this worked. So all I did was I pasted this into Replit,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's basically it's going through the process. All of these errors here are basically just it's about Python indent. It's about the style. Yeah, it's not actually stop. But so here, I would enter the title of a book, you know, and then it's going to fail probably because there's no OpenAI API key.
Yeah.
But what I would say you could do is you could actually just delete all of the OpenAI stuff
Mm-hmm.
and
Use my one.
just use. You could use OpenAI, or you could just use. You could make an
Yeah.
11 API key and use that one.
Mhm.
It might also be possible to make a replit out of this whole repository. So if I would go back to replit.com and then actually there's this, let me try this. So there's this site where I tried to make it here. Let's see if this works.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, let me copy this this URL here. And this should actually allow you to just make a new replit.
Mm-hmm.
To make a new replit based off of the repository. And that should copy all the files in the repository into a new replit. You still have to go through like, well, you still just have to add these into a .env file.
Understood. Okay.
So that means just making a new file called
Yeah, I
.env.
guess I will have to check a couple of Python videos.
No, it's gonna be it's super easy. You literally are just making a new file. So I can just like, so you go to this URL.
Mhm.
It's you're gonna click import from GitHub. Just gonna copy that whole thing. And the reason why I'm doing this
Basically,
now, the reason why I'm copying that in is because there's also like this image in it as
Yeah.
well. So it's better just to have everything.
Mhm.
And then the only thing that you need to do once this is finished is you need to do new file, call it .env,
Yeah.
and then .env files.
It's deprecated. It's showing deprecated.
Yeah, okay. So then what you need to do is you need to go here under tools and click secrets. And then we make a new secret, open AI, in this case, ElevenLabs API key, and then put it in there. And then that actually should work with the existing code. So yeah,
Okay.
actually that's a really good way to get started. And then if you want to try that out at home, we can then, next week we can figure out how to connect it to captions from YouTube, for example.
Yep. Sounds good. Yeah, I will definitely try this model once in home, so I get the idea how the whole thing works.
Cool. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of just getting some practice with it, getting used to
Yep.
it. Awesome. What time is it for you now?
11:30.
Cool. Gonna do you go to bed around now?
No, 3 more, maybe sometimes even late, depending on the think to later.
Cool. I did not hear anything that you just said.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned that I go to home like bed roughly around 4 a.m. I mean, depending on the workload, I yesterday slept around like 2, 3, I guess. Nah, yesterday was 4 something. I don't remember. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Then you got lots of time to learn Python.
Yep. When do you want to connect next week?
I'll send you a link, and then you can just find a new time. I have a link where you can
Yeah.
book it.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. It was fun today. See you next time.
Yeah.
Keep me updated on your progress.
Fair. Yep. I will definitely do. I will probably research something more about the other things and other possible ways how we can integrate the stuff as well, and let you know if I find anything new.
All right. Good luck.
Bye bye.